Okay, friends, and જેમ તમે બધા જાણો છો એ રીતે હવે આપણો સેકન્ડ સેશન છે આજના દિવસનો ફર્સ્ટ ડેનો આજના આપણા બીજા જે સ્પીકર છે ડૉક્ટર હેમલ પટેલ. Dr. Hemal Patel sir has done Bachelor of Physiotherapy from Rajiv Gandhi University, Karnataka. And sir has done Master of Physiotherapy again in Musculoskeletal Sciences from Charotar University of Science and Technology. Sir is currently pursuing his PhD again from Charotar University of Science and Technology. Sir has presented more than 5 research papers at various national and international conferences. Sir had submitted one of the patent which is under process, and that is again a great privilege for all of us to have a patent from a field of physiotherapy. So we would like to request Dr. Hemal Patel sir, over to you. Sir will speak on medical terminology. Medical terminology કેવી હોય છે અને એના વિશેનું વિધિવત માર્ગદર્શન આપણને પૂરું પાડશે ડોક્ટર હેમલ પટેલ સર. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Andrew sir, for your kind introduction. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Okay, am I audible to everyone? Yes. Okay. Okay. Before starting, I just want to say that I'm very happy that all of you that you participated in this 3 weeks program, and definitely this 3 weeks program, right, will help to in your career and will guide definitely to take the decision and in every manner. Okay, so today's my topic is medical terminology. So what do you mean by medical? So again, a medical is definitely related to the science and the process which is related to the medicine. And again, what the terminology. Logy means a subject which we have to learn. Logy, right? So we have to learn different terms and the things which is related to the medical. Right? Okay, so what we are what we are learn in this throughout the half an hour session, that what is medical terminology. Second, what is the purpose of medical terminology? Why we have to learn this subject? What is the importance of this subject, and how we can utilize this subject in our daily practice and in the future? Then what are the different terms that we have to use, and how we have to prepare, or how we have to memorize those words with the help of different terminology and with some example, right? And before that, I just ask you that all of you fine with the English, or if I'm going with the combination of Gujarati, Hindi and English? Hello, everyone. It is fine with the English, or just mix up of English and Gujarati?
We're fine with English, sir.
Okay, thank you. So again, one more thing, that fun plus learning, right, is equal to the best education experience, and that we also believe, and our institute as well as our university also. So we'll just start with a small session, right? So you have to explain me that what exactly he's trying to say, right? So I'll just start with this video, and after 30 seconds or 1 minute, I'll ask you that what exactly he's trying to say. Okay, anyone can translate this language? Anyone? No, because we are not aware about this terminology, we are not about this language, right? So same way, right, in medical terminology, we are not aware about the vocabulary, right? We are not about the terminology which we use for our daily routine, right? And that's why this subject or these things is very important to understand that how this terminology will help you in your career, in your practice, right? And for many other things, right? So first of all, what is medical terminology? It's a special vocabulary, right? Or considered as a special language that will help you, right, into your career, especially with the medical career, right? And in medical terminology, most of the words, right, that derives from the Latin or the Greek words, right? So we are not fond of those words. So again, right, so we cannot memorize each and every word. And that's why it's little bit difficult when we are directly entering into that medical field. And initially we are getting difficult, right, to understand those words and those terminology, right? Even if we directly go to the hospital, right, and if we have on a paper, we cannot translate those things or wording easily because they are very specific word, right? So that's why this terminology, or we are called as a language, that we have to understand very well to clear about the translation or exactly what the meaning of that wording, right? Again, this type of word or the terminology is very consistent and the uniform throughout the world, and that is a unique things for this subject, because every word and every whatever the medical terminology that we use for this purpose is uniform throughout the world, and it is accepted by the world also, right? So it is not like that, okay, whatever the word that we use in India, that will not help into the US or Australia or the London, right? Most of the 99.99% those words are held the uniform, right, throughout the world. And we can practice, if we practice in India today, and after 5 years if we shifted or migrate to the USA, again this will help, because the terminology or uh, the formation of that word will be similar throughout the world. Again, this medical terminology, right, if we learn appropriately, this will also help efficiently, right? So again, that is very important to learn a medical terminology. And this type of word, right, often the reduce the entire phrase or into the single words. For example, if I'm considering it as a whole definition, but if I want to conclude the whole definition, I will have one single word, right? So again, that will help. And there are lots of methods, right, that can help in learning and remembering those words, right? So we have to learn those methods, and we have to understand how this terminology will work. Because in medical terminology, if we see, we have lots of branches, like on a cardio, ortho, neuro, pediatric, and likewise, right? So we have a different, or we have a thousand words we have, right? And each and every word we cannot remember or we cannot mug up, right? And that's why if you learn this medical terminology with the appropriate formation and appropriate formula, right, so it's easy to interpret also, right? So before that, I'll just ask one question to one participant. Yes, sir, right? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Yesha Kansara.
Sorry, can you speak
Yesha
loudly?
Kansara.
Yesa Kansara, right? Okay, I'll just, if I put Dr. Yesa Kansara, then the meaning will be changed?
No.
No, why? Because I added the doctor word just before your name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, right? So if I'm calling only Yesa, right, there is no identification with your family background. Desai is your family background, right? So again, that is a very important. And if I'm adding the Dr. Yesa Desai, then again your name, meaning, and everything will be changed, right? So with the same thing, right, we have to learn this terminology. And okay, the second and most important thing, the purpose of medical terminology, right? So how we can use this terminology, or where we can use this terminology, and how this help in our career. right? So if you learn this medical terminology, right, with the appropriate formation and the understanding, this will definitely help, right, into the effective and the accurate communication in our profession. All right. So many times we just write down some things with a very in a concise manner, right? So if you want to translate those things, right, so this medical terminology will help in very effectively and accurately, right? And many times the doctor, right, or the medical person will talk in a some specific in manner, right? So again, that is a communication. So this medical terminology definitely help into the better understanding, better communication between the two person, between the medical person and in the even for the education purpose also. Again, the second point that help in making the informed, yes, regarding the meaning of the unfamiliar word, right? So whichever the unfamiliar word, right, we can understand easily. So that is the second most important thing. Again, if we learn this medical terminology, right, definitely this will help to save the time in our hospital and the clinics, right? Because most of the time we are quite busy in our day-to-day life, right? In our practice with the patient and the other work, right? So we don't have that much of time that we can put each and every information into our paper, right? So if we have that terminology appropriately, we can easily write up all those things, right? And that will help save our time also. It's easy to documentation also, because again, in a medical field, right, a documentation is quite important, right? So after each and every patient, we have to document each and every information, right? So again, if we write each and everything, right, it's little bit difficult also, and it will waste our time also. So that's why if we learn this terminology, it will definitely save the time also and easy to documentation also. And again, if you document in a medical way, nobody can read those things also, right? So if somebody is from the outer side, right, they cannot easily read those things. So again, the medical terminology is important in that aspect also. And one more important, that medical records, right? Nowadays, if we see in a previous era, all the document that we have to write and we have to save, right? But at nowadays, right, all the information that we have to save in either maybe in a computer or in a software also, right? So even a software also, if we learn those terminology, it will help us to save the data into the electronic database also, right? Because for example, in a electronic database, we don't have a full sentence or a full terminology, right? So instead of full terminology or the sentence, they use a short form like called as an abbreviation, right? So we can use those type of abbreviation, which is again uh, approved by the world, right? And again, that is a uniform, right, in a manner. So those type of abbreviation that we can use for the data recording also, and again, that will help into the time saving as well as the efficiency of work, right? So these are the purpose why we have to learn a medical terminology, right? So here the most important part of the medical terminology, right? So we have to understand the different terms, right? The different terms by means of prefix, roots, suffix, and the combining form, right? So most medical terms can be divided into the component part like prefix, root, suffix, as well as the combining form, right? So that we have to understand first, and then we'll go with some example. So what you mean by prefix, right? So a prefix is a short word, right, or the short part of the word that add before the root. Root by means, for example, just we gave the example yesa desa, right? So if we add a doctor just before the name of yesa, that we consider as a prefix, right? So again, that is a short form, right, before the root to modify the its meaning, right? Its meaning by means the root meaning will be changed according to the adding of the prefix. If, for example, instead of Dr. Yesa Desai, if I am just adding the advocate, right? Advocate Yesa Desai. So the whole terminology or the whole meaning will be changed, right? So that's why the prefix is very important in a medical terminology. The second, that is a root. Root by means the fundamental unit of each medical word. It's called as a root, right? So the main word, which is very specific in nature, or which is very specific in meaning, that we call as a root, right? And each and every medical terms may have the more than 2 roots also, right? So in some medical terminology, we have a one root also. In some word, right, we have a 2 root also. Right? So that is a root. So a root by means a fundamental unit of each medical word, right? So that is called as a root word. And you have to identify that what are the prefix, what are the word roots, and what are the suffix in that particular word. Word. Second is the suffix. Suffix by means a short word, right, or the series of the part that add into the end of the word root, right? So prefix by means adding the any form into the before the root, and suffix by means at the end of the root, right? And again, it will modify its whole meaning, right? So if I'm adding any suffix at the end of the root, right, again it will change the meaning of the root, right? So that is called as a suffix. Most important point, that is combining form. Combining form by means if we add prefix as well as the word root, we have something that will join the 2 words, right? So that is called as a combining form. Combining form is always in a vowel, right? A, E, I, O, U. So that are the 5, right, vowels that we help, or that we have to use to combine the forms, either between the prefix and the root, or between the roots and the suffix, or even between the prefix and the suffix also, right? So again, that always help to combine the 2 words, right? And one more thing, that that always with some rules by means with the grammatical rules, right? So if a second, right, so for example the suffix, it will start with the A, E, I, O, U, then again we cannot repeat the 2 times, right? So instead of that, we have to just combine with the A, E, I, O, U only, right? So that will discuss in a next slide also. So combining vowels rules, right? So between the word root and the suffix that we have to use, that is the first most important things, right? And if the suffix begin with the vowels, right, like A, E, I, O, U, right? So we cannot use a second time, right? So do not use the combining vowels in the second time. For example, okay, here the word is called as an arthritis, right? So here we have one word and the one suffix, arthra, A-R-T-H-R, right? That is called as an arthra. And again, that is a root word. And I-T-I-T-S, right? I-T-I-S, I-T, right? That means inflammation, right? Right? So again, that is start with the I, right? So we cannot use again with the A-E-I-O-U, right? So that is a wrong one, right? So we cannot use the O as in a combining form, right? So instead of that 2 times, we have to use the single time, right? That is a again grammatical things only. And if the suffix begin with a consonant, right? So use the combining vowel. For example, here the arthroscopy. So S is not on a vowel, right? So we have to use the O to combine the 2 words, or the root word as well as the suffix, right? So that is a grammatical part that we have to understand, that when we are supposed to use the combining form like A, E, I, O, U, right? And we are when we are not supposed to use the A, E, I, O, U, right? Okay, so here is the one example, right? So as we all know that we have 3 major word, right? Like prefix, root, and the suffix. And if we all together, right, if we make in all together, it will consider as a word, right? Like prefix plus root word plus suffix, right? It is not necessary that each and every time we use all the 3 things, right? Either we can use the root as well as the suffix, either we can use the prefix as well as the root only, right? So that is the thing. And between 2, right, if we want to join these 2 or join this one, we need to use a combining form. Combining form by means A, E, I, O, U, right? So here is the best example, like osteoarthritis, right? Osteo by means bone, arthro means joint, and it means inflammation. That is a simple things, right? So if I want to add all 3, right? Osteoarthritis, right? So here in this specific example, we have two root words, osteo plus arthro, right? And itis by means inflammation that is so or indicate like a condition, right? Arthritis by means a condition which is related to the inflammation, right? So same way we have lots of suffix related to the disorder or the disease also, right? This is the one example, right? So in this whole osteoarthritis માં ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે જો કહીએ, right, તો એ ઘૂંટણનો ઘસારો છે એ રીતે કહેવાય, right? So here we have an osteo by means bone, arthro means joint, and itis means inflammation, right? So here in a single word we call as an osteoarthritis, right? Again, if you see between this root word, we use a o by means a combining form, right? And here the suffix is already the first word, the first letter, that is a combining form only, that is a e I o u. So we are not using in a second time, right? So these are the, we have to understand the whole terminology, that after each word we have to break it into the prefix, root, and the suffix, as well as to be able to understand what are the combining form they use for to development of that particular word, right? Then only we can understand the whole meaning. Now it is not necessary that we have to mug up this osteoarthritis, because word itself, it says that itis means inflammation, right? That is related to any inflammatory condition, right? So we can easily understand that which the term which is related to a bone, joint, and the inflammation, right? So same way we have one more example, right? For example, here there is a neurology, right? Neuro by means related to the nervous system or the related to any brain structure, right? And logy by means a study of related structure, right? And o is combining as a combining form, right? So here if we see, the logy is considered as a suffix, and neuro is considered as a main root word, right? So if I want to join these two word like a root as well as the suffix, I need an o, right? A E I O U, right? So that I can use to join this word, right? And it's considered as a neurology, that means a study of nervous system, right? Logy by means a study of specific things, right? So instead of, for example, instead of I change the word, right, biology, right? So logy by means a same meaning, that is study of something. Bio means a body, right? So a study which is related to the biology, right? So again, that is an easy form to understand those whole stuff. One more example, neuritis, right? So we already the meaning of itis, right? Itis means inflammation, and already we know the word that is related to the neuron. Neuron by means a nervous system or the neurons, right? Nerves. So if we use the neuritis, itis means inflammation. So that means ultimate the inflammation of the nerve. So here it's easy to understand if we understand the formation of the word, right? Because in most of the medical terms, right, the suffix may be a similar, and that will show with the some condition, right? So again, this is a condition which is related to the inflammation, because the ultimate the end word is itis. Here again, if we see, the itis is there, right? So again, that is related to the inflammation only, but the inflammation of the nerves, and here the inflammation of the joints, right? So that is the magic that is in this subject. So if we understand this formation easily, right, it's easy to understand the whole meaning, right? So here we have one more example with all the word roots, prefix, suffix, and the combining form, right? So for example, cardio means heart, right? And that is a very well-known word root also, right? But if I, for example, if I'm adding, right, the gram by means a record, right? Cardiogram, right? So this is a suffix, gram by means a suffix, and this is a word root, right? So if I just add between these two words, that's considered as a combining form. So cardio, that is a uniform, that is related to the heart, and gram bar means a record. So itself the word, right, it says that that is related to the any recording of the heart, right, recording of the heart. Now if I'm adding the prefix with the same word root, right, cardium, right, that is a peri means around, that is a uniformly used, right. So if I'm the add the peri word, pericardium, that means a surrounding to the heart. So here the cardium is a uniform, right, but if I'm add suffix, then the terminology will change. If I'm adding the prefix, then the terminology definitely will be changed. One more example with the suffix, the cardiatis, right? So if the here the cardia means the again that is a heart, but again as I already said, the itis means inflammation. So inflammation which is related to the heart, right? So here there is a magic. So if we use the common word, right, or the word that is a cardiac, right? Here the cardiac and here the cardiac. But if I'm changing the, for example, suffix, prefix, or the suffix, the whole meaning will be changed, right? And likewise, we have 1,000 words in our medical terminology. And again, it is little bit difficult to understand each and every word, or if it's again difficult to mug up each and every word, right? And that's why the medical terminology will help you, right, to understand the different word in your medical field, right. And the combining form here, the if you see, right, the cardiomyopathy, right, pathy by means again that we consider as a suffix, right. Pathy by means a disease which is related to the heart muscles. Myo by means a muscles, cardio means we already know that is a heart, right. Cardiomyopathy, the heart na je muscles se ina related disease, cardiomyopathy. And again we use the O, that is a combining form according to the grammar, but here we didn't use a other word because that is already a non-vowel thing, right. So that is very important to understand, right. Suffix and the prefix, right. So suffix and the prefix are related to anything, either maybe a direction or maybe a color also, or maybe a number or size or the condition, right. Direction by means in medical terminology we have a very specific direction, right. Generally most of the times we are using the direction like right, left, front, back, likewise, right. But in medical terminology we have a very specific word like a superior, inferior, below, above, superior, deep, right. Likewise we have a different direction, right. So we can use those direction to change the word root, right. So if I want to use a specific direction, right, then I can use those terminology, or I can use those prefix to change the whole word meaning, right. Same way we have a color also, white, red, right. So again that will help to in many of the condition which is related to that thing. Numbers, right. So again numbers will help to indicate the involvement of the limb. For example, quadriplegia, quadri by means 4, right. Same way we have a tri by means 3, mono by means 1. So again that will help to indicate the involvement of limb or involvement of the number of units, right. So again in medical terminology we use a prefix, right, for the change the number of, or we can use that prefix to change the meaning of that word, right. Even a size, right. So generally we use the size like small size or the large size, right. So instead of that we can use a different medical terminology, right. So again that will change the whole root meaning, right. Then the condition, as I already explained you, the IT, right? IT means inflammation condition, right? So that is related to the condition. So if I'm use that osteoarthritis, that means that inflammation condition which is related to the joint, right? For example, neuritis, neurons by means nervous system or the nerves, and itis by means again the similar word, right? So again the information which is only related to the inflammation, but the structure will change, right. Same way we can use a different terminology or the suffix, right, to change the whole word root related to the conditions also, right. So again If you understand the prefix, then the root word, then suffix and the combining form, right? Again, that will help. But when it will help when we properly pronounce that particular word, right? Again, the pronunciation of that particular word, it's very important to understand the others, right? So if we communicate between the two person, right, and if I'm not pronouncing that word clearly, right, maybe in medical the terminology or the meaning will be changed, right? So that is very important to understand, or we have to understand the pronunciation also, right? Because sometimes in medical terminology the spelling will start with a certain other words, and the pronunciation like different, right? In a psychology we use the psi, right, s, right, but usually the spelling will start with a p, right? So likewise there are lots of other words also that we have to pronounce very appropriately to understand those things. There are the symbols. Symbols is very, very important in medical terminology. Now symbols are commonly used in the case histories, right, as the form of the shorten, right? So ultimately that will shorten the whole meaning or the word, right? And again, most of the time, if you see in the discharge summary or in any information, right, which will help into the recording purpose, most of the doctors or the medical person like nurses, they use the symbols, right? So again, this, if you use the symbols, right, that will help into the saving the time also, right? And again that will efficient to work into the translation also. And again, all the symbols whichever the we are using in the into the terminology, right, or that will universally accepted. Like for example, here there is an example, for example L, that means always this will indicate a left, right? And R, that will always consider as a right. So again, these two L and R, that will universally accepted words or the symbols, right? And again, if this is considered as a uniform, right, then only it will help into the medical process. Here there are two other symbols like an upward arrow and the downward arrow, right? So again, this meaning will consider as an increase, right, or a decrease. So for example, okay, if I'm if in my report there is an increase in temperature, right? So if I'll not write the full sentence like increase in temperature, right? So instead of that, I use the upward arrow and the temperature, TMP. Again, that is a short form, and that is a universally accepted, right? So we can use those type of symbols where we can use, and but again, that is a universally accepted symbols only, right? Okay, so can anyone tell me the this symbols meaning? Anyone?
Male.
Male and female. So which one is male? This one is, first one is
Male.
male,
Male.
right? And
Male.
second, because
Female.
these two symbols are universal, worldwide accepted, right? And that's why you are known about those things, right? But instead of these two symbols, if I'm use another symbol for the male and female, right, so you cannot understand because that are not universally accepted symbols, right? So in medical terminology, again, there are lots of symbols is there, right, that we can help or that we can use in our day-to-day practice, right? Same way we have an abbreviation also. What do you mean by abbreviation? By means instead of the whole sentence or the things, right, if I'm using any short form, right, either it is in a word or the phrase, right? So again, that we consider as an abbreviation, right? Like symbols, right, we can use the abbreviation, and again that will save the time. But again, time and again I'm saying the same thing, that again this abbreviation are universally accepted and understood, right? So if I'm making my own abbreviation, that will not accepted in medical terminology, right? So throughout this subject, again we have to learn that what are the abbreviation that is acceptable or that we use in our day-to-day routine practice, right? For example, generally we call the AIDS, right? But many of we don't know that a full form of AIDS, right? So again, AIDS is considered as an abbreviation only, right? So but most of the time we are not using the whole sentence like acquired immune deficiency syndrome, right? Rather than whole things, right, or the whole sentence, we write like AIDS, right? AIDS. Then again ECG, right? Generally we are not using that electrocardiogram every time, right? But instead of electrocardiogram, we are using the ECG only. Same with CT scan, right? Most of the time, even in a daily practice, right? We are communicate whenever we communicate, right? We use this CT scan only. We never use the computerized tomography because that is a universally accepted, and I think that will help you to saving the time also, right? Same way in the WBC, right? In pulse science, we have that words, right? Like WBC, white blood cell. Because, but in our day-to-day practice, right? We are not using the whole white blood cell, right? Instead of those things, we just use the WBC. So likewise, each and every abbreviation is very important, right? And this will help to save the time during the data record also. And even this abbreviation will help into the medically where we are using the store in data, right? Especially into the any software, right? Because in software, most of the time, right, the abbreviation are used. Because for example, if I want to use this AIDS, right? So I cannot put all the center like acquired immune deficiency syndrome, but rather than I just use the ARDS. So again, that will help or reduce the effort also. So likewise, we have to understand the different abbreviation in medical terminology. Here are the some examples, right, for you. For example, biology, right? So again, right? So if we divide these two, the whole word into the things, right? So we can use the bio as well as the logi. Logi by means study, right? And that is a universally accepted things. So instead of bio, right, I use the another word, right? For example, physiology. So again, the logic will be the same. That is study related to very specific structure, right? So again, that is a things. So here in a biology, the bio considered as a root word and the logi by means considered as a suffix, right? So if I change only the root and if I consistency with the same suffix, right, the root meaning will be the change, right? The second example, that is a hypertension. Generally, we heard this word in our day-to-day life, hypertension, right? So here the hyper by means increase, right, and tension, right? But instead of that hyper, I just use the hypo. That means reduce the tension, right? So here is the magic, right? So if we change the suffix, or sorry, here is we change the only the prefix, the tension or the root meaning will be the change, right? So if we use the hyper, then the meaning will be the change. If we use the hypo, then the meaning will be the change. Likewise, right, if you see the nephrology, nephro by means kidney, right? And logi, again, logi, a study, right? Study related to the kidney, right? So here we have a nephro, that means kidney, plus combining from plus logi, right? So now onwards, whenever we found a logi, that means that is structure which is related to any study, right? Then gastrologist, right? So again, if we have a gastro, then I mean stomach, right? And the combining form and the logist, right? Which is very specialist with that particular thing. Then post-traumatic, right? After trauma, and here post by means after, right? So the post is considered as a prefix and traumatic by means a root, right? Traumatic if we see on any trauma, and post by means after any trauma, right? So again, that is a universal, right? Post exercise, right? After exercise, but the meaning is post, right? Post exercise. Same way we have a word like a pre-operative. Operative by means operation or any procedure, right? Pre means before, right? So in most of the time, right, in medical records or in a medical documentation, right, they use this type of word like pre, post, like, so they can understand whether we have to do this before the operation or after the operation, or even for the medication also they mention the pre or post or likewise, right? So they can easily understand whether this things that we have to perform before the things or the after the things, right? So these are the few examples which is related to the medical terminology, right? And likewise, there are thousand words, but each, again, I'm telling the same thing, that we cannot memorize each and every word, right? So that's why in medical terminology, we have to understand that what are the prefix, what are the suffix, and what are the root word. And after that, once we able to understand all the prefix and the suffix and the root word, we have to just pick up the one prefix and we have to add with the some root word, and we have to translate those meaning, right? So again, that is considered as one funny subject also, right? So where we can use a different prefix, word codes, or the suffix, and we can translate those old one into the different meaning, right? So again, that will help in your career whenever you practice or during your education also, right? So again, the quick revision, right? So prefix by means any word which is just we have to add before the root word, that will call as a prefix. A root is a fundamental unit of that whole unit, and the suffix by means any word part, right? That is end of the root word or the prefix, that is considered as a suffix. And if you want to join a prefix or the word root or the suffix or the word root, we have to use the combining form. We are on a 5 combining form like A, E, I, O, U, S, but again with the rules of grammatical, right? So these are the things that is very important into the medical terminology. Apart from that, pronunciation is very important, symbols are very important, and the abbreviation are very important. And each and everything, right, like a suffix, prefix, or any word root or the symbols, that should be a universally accepted thing, right? And only we can use. Okay? So in this, I'll just end with my session. So anyone have any question? Right, you can write into your chat box or you can directly ask me.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Hemal Patel, sir, for your nice session on medical terminology. આ એક અદ્ભુત સેશન રહ્યો કે જેમાં હવે પછીના જે ફ્યુચર એસ્પિરન્ટ છે કે ધ વન હુ ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ ટેક એડમિશન ઇન ધ ફેકલ્ટી ઓફ મેડિકલ સાયન્સ, તો એમને વિવિધ ટર્મિનોલોજીનો કઈ રીતે ઉપયોગ કરવો, કઈ રીતે એને યાદ રાખવી, એના વિશેની તમે એક વિગતવાર માહિતી અમને પૂરી પાડી, તે બદલ આપનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર. I'll again request all the participants, તમને કોઈ પણ પ્રશ્ન છે, મૂંઝવણ છે, તો તમે તમારો પ્રશ્ન આ મંચ ઉપર રજૂ કરી શકો છો. Even if you can put it in the chat box and can ask it that way as well. So all are welcome in that way. By the time, yeah.
Yes, we have one question from the Margi Patel, right? So for example, कि मैंने ऐसा बोला था कि osteoarthritis, right? But in osteoarthritis, we have two word roots, right? Like osteo as well as the arthritis, and in that the itis will consider as an suffix, and suffix already have an a, e, I, o, u, like I is already there, right? So we are not using second time, but between the two words, right, osteo and arthritis, right, here we have to use O, because if we see grammatically, right, so after, right, each and every, right, for example, if we use the two root word, right, then we can use, but again that is in some cases that is an exceptional. But after every time, right, when we use the word root with a prefix, we have to use the AEI, right? But we cannot consider as a second time, right? So for example, suffix start with the NEO, right? So we cannot use the OO 2 times or the AA 2 times, right? So rather than we can use the as a same thing, right? Itis by means itis, right? But here we have an osteoarthritis. Osteo is a full word, right? Osteo, right? Don't consider O as a combining form, right? Because osteo is in a word, right, and arthra is in a word. So here there is no such combining form used because there is already O is available, right? Hope I'm clear, Margi.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anyone have any doubts? Please feel free to ask. You can ask in any language like Gujarati, Hindi, or English. Because our ultimate aim is to deliver some knowledge or information to you, right? So there is no such barrier.
Okay, by the time the few other questions comes, I'll just request all the participant કે જે રીતનું આજનું ઝૂમ આઈડી અને પાસવર્ડ તમારી જોડે શેર કરવામાં આવેલું હતું એ જ ઝૂમ આઈડી પાસવર્ડ થ્રુઆઉટ ઓલ 3 weeks, that is from 4th to 21, આપણે જે આખું 3 weeksનું સેશન છે ફિઝિયોથેરાપી એસ્પિરન્ટ પ્રોગ્રામ છે તો એના માટે આ યુઝ કરીશું. તો બધાને જે વિનંતી છે કે આ જે ઝૂમ આઈડી અને પાસવર્ડ આપણી જોડે શેર કરેલું છે તેનો ઉપયોગ આપણે રોજ કરીશું અને આવતીકાલનું જે સેશન છે એ 9:15 વાગે શરૂ થશે. Do we have any other questions or queries for Hemal sir? Okay, if not, then thank you, Dr. Hemal Patel sir, and thank you our first speaker, Dr. Balaganpati sir, for their timely presence and their knowledge sharing experience with all our future physiotherapy aspirants. Thank you once again for the whole team of admission committee of ARIP and Charuset management for their support. We would like to meet you again tomorrow, same time, same venue on Zoom. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Thank you very much.